This Reddit story, you could explain the whole story in 60 seconds. The guy been unemployed for a year, finally got a solid job offer, good salary, good benefits, stability, and his girlfriend say, if you take it, I'm done with you. And that's the end of the story, or at least it should have been. But the internet took that one sentence and had a full-blown identity crisis. Reddit was written essay like they were defending their PhD in toxic relationship. TikToker was switching themselves, crying, cranking, trauma dumping, quoting attachment theory. All over one man getting a job. So let's slow it down. Let's actually look at what happened, because when a man tried to build his life back up and get punished for it, that's not just personal. That hits social, financial, emotional level for everyone. You are listening to What Happened on the Internet on the Daily Avocado Podcast. I'm your host. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you find your way into this chaotic corner of the internet. Here we gossip about the gossip. I would dissect the netizen reaction over analyzing stranger love life and occasionally pretend that I'm a licensed therapist with zero credential. If it's happened online and it make people unreasonably angry, cry in the comment and start a paragraph with not to be that person, but we talking about it. And if you've been here before, welcome back. You already know what we're talking about. Cheers for the continued support. As usual, I have to mention that English is not my first language, so please be patient with me when I stumble over word and mispronounce things. I will try my best to go slower and clear when it's rocky for my tongue. Alright, let's get into it. A guy who battled financial hardship finally landed a dream job over $60,000 a year. That's a pretty good pay. Benefit and all, but it required weekend shift. His girlfriend, who had been supporting him, even covered most of the mortgage, smashed him in the face with an ultimatum. If you take the job, I'm done. No, you did not hear it wrong. I was shocked too, because that's why we're here. His name is John, fake name, and her name is Jane, also a fake name. John wasn't a lazy type. From what I gather from the way that he write the story, he's not a lazy guy. Send some sincerity in his writing, okay? He wasn't sitting around playing video games while his girlfriend paid the bill. This is not that situation. This guy tried to help out. He was just doing what most people do when capitalism chew you up and spit you out, especially after the pandemic, and trying not to drown while pretending everything is fine. The company laid him off last year. The budget cut, whatever, but you just hear, we appreciate your time here, but it's all really mean. Good luck paying the rent. Bye-bye. He applied to job after job. He overqualified for some job, but ghosted by others. And all the while, Jane, his girlfriend, was holding it down. Rent, Jane. Grocery, Jane. Emotional support while he slowly crumbled inside, also Jane. Jane did a lot of work during the years, and John was very grateful. He knew how rare that kind of loyalty was, and she didn't just stay, but she stepped up, she helped out and support him. But here's the part what no one talk about. When someone kind of save you, they don't always let you forget it. And even if they are the most thoughtful, caring helper in the world, breadwinner in the world, the tension is there, okay? Let's assume that Jane was the civil, thoughtful breadwinner. However, generous she is, a little comment slip out here and there, a joke that holds half the truth. It start off very subtle, like little comment. I guess I covered this one too. Maybe it'd be nice to have all day to think. When are you going to be back to being the man that I met? Okay, that's a little bit heavy. And John, he took it because guilt is a powerful leash, I guess. And when you are already down, you don't argue with the only person that's still in your corner, even when the corner feel like it's spiky and it feel like a cage sometimes. And when the job offer finally come in, $60,000 a year, full-time with benefit, John was shocked. Finally, the universe have answered his prayer, excited, relieved. He didn't think twice before saying yes, but he should have, because Jane had a plot twist waiting that wasn't in the job description. Her response to the news didn't just shock John alone, but the entire Western internet. Jane did not yell, she did not throw a tantrum like a 3-year-old. Smash a place or storm out the room. No, she did something much colder. She sat him down, looked him in the eyes, and dropped a line that could have been delivered by a corporate HR manager. If you take that job, I'm done. That's it. No follow-up, no discussion, no I'm proud of you, but I'm scared we roll apart. Just straight up emotional blackmail. Warp in a calm tone and a passive-aggressive silence that screamed louder than any fight would ever could. Oh my God. John was frozen. His mind was racing like, did I miss a step? Isn't this what we wanted from forever? But no, because somewhere along the way, Jane has rewritten the rules. Supporting him only worked when he was beneath her, struggling, grateful, dependent. But now that he was on the verge of rising from the ash, and that wasn't part of her plan. The job would mean no weekends. It would mean less time together. I support that. But she didn't do it the right way. And it's also mean security, health insurance, dignity for your man. And apparently in Jane's words, there was luxuries that he wasn't allowed to have if they come at the cost of her emotional monopoly. And let's be real. This is not about weekends. It wasn't even about the time that he gonna spend somewhere else to try to earn some money. It was about the control. But disguise a concern. I don't think she disguised anything. It's very obvious. A power dynamic that worked beautifully until he stopped needing her. And that's when she gave him the choice. Stay dependent or lose me. A job or a girlfriend. His future or hers. John, like any modern Homo sapien living in 2025, when faced such a complex dilemma, posted the story on Reddit. And just like that, Reddit blew up so hard it felt like therapy session collide with a stadium chant. Headline from People.com, it got to the news. A man struggling with years of financial instability just landed a life-changing $60K job. And guess what? His girlfriend says she's done if he accepts over weekend shift. Reddit did what Reddit always does, is read the story, pour yourself a drink, and immediately went full therapist, divorce attorney, and emotional assistant all in one. Comment read, she wanted a stay-at-home boyfriend until further notice. Translation, she loved him as long as he stayed in debt, in gift, and in her debt. Other comment, this is why men don't open up anymore. The second they get their life together, they get punished. This probably written by a man. Calm down, okay? Loki, where is the line? Comment number 3. He finally leveling up and she's mad she cannot hold it over his head anymore. Don't know anything about them. That one hit so hard, I think I heard Jane's spine straighten from across the internet. Reddit was eating her alive like she's just kicked a puppy holding a job offer. No mercy, no nuance, just flame emoji and one-liner that could double as stand-up set and therapy mantras. And just when you thought it couldn't get more chaotic, enter TikTok. TikTok saw the Reddit post and say, let's turn this man drama into a mini series. Creator were twitching the story like, okay, but if my man even breathed the word job, I would pack his lunch and print his W-2 for him. If she gives me that ultimatum, I'll tell her, good luck paying rent with your emotional superiority complex. And when, of course, come the trauma dumper. People with username like XOXO Narcissist Magnet 1994 saying, this happened to me, except my ex was unemployed for 6 years, cheated on me with my cousin, and stole my dog. How did we go from the weekend shift to custody battle over a golden retriever? I don't know, but in every wildfire, there are always a few people with water bucket. A handful of women actually defend Jane. We never see his toxic pattern. This is the story that he posted. We never heard it from her side. Maybe he was emotionally unavailable the whole time and she just snapped. Why is it always the woman fault for setting boundaries? And I get it. Okay, the internet love a villain, and there's 2 people in the story. In 10 people, there will be 10 opinions, and even just 3 people stand on Jane's side. That's enough to thicken the plot, because John have a follow-up, and John admitted that Reddit helped him feel guilty. Let me say that again. Reddit helped him feel guilty. Suddenly, the internet had him questioning himself. Was I actually the jerk? Even though he admitted that Jane has supported him financially before, and he also said that he carried most of the household chore. He said, I just wanted to help. I just need a better job to contribute meaningfully. But Redditor was having none of it. Partner lift you up. They don't hold you hostage. The real issue here isn't who is right and who is wrong. It's that this relationship probably had been dying quietly for months. And this job offer just ripped the sheet off the body. Usually, I try to stay neutral. Usually, I don't take side when gossip hit the fan. But let's do it. Let's do a red flag checklist on Jane. Because at this point, the story is not even about John and Jane anymore. It's about every relationship where support would slowly turn into control, and control turn into more and more control. This is the few red flag that I found. Red flag number 1, ultimatum instead of conversation. Take the job or lose me. That's not a boundary setting, ladies. That emotional blackmail, okay, with Lenin in the background. Boundary protect both people. Ultimatum, back the other person into a corner and call it love or proof of your love to me. I'm not a love expert, and in fact, I'm quite a bad example when it comes to relationship. However, I kind of know that you don't want to weigh yourself against someone else's work or job, because implicitly, I know that I'm not on the right side of the scale. I'm on the wrong side of the scale. Think of a situation where your friends say, sorry, I cannot come out tonight because I have work to do. And when they say, sorry, I cannot come out tonight because my partner doesn't want me to. Which one is more appropriate and hold a greater power to shut your friend up? That's my thought for the audacity to weigh myself against someone else's survival. Never mind turning that into a one-liner ultimatum. A 2-hour-long conversation and somehow manipulate his stupid head into seeing things from my point of view would not be a long enough conversation. She needs to talk to him and communicate so that he can see things from her point of view, right? Because his point of view is pretty clear and shiny for everyone involved. Red flag number 2. only support when you are broken. Jane was amazing while John was unemployed. She covered the rent. She helped him through the darkest time. But the second he got a win, a breakthrough, suddenly she wasn't cheering anymore. She was threatening to leave. Let me remind you of a popular model of red flag. Most of us are familiar with. If you are a fan of Breaking Bad, fantastic show. Unfortunately, it's just frequent as all the awesome and badass moment of Heisenberg that we love. We have to also suffer through his wife. Only support when you are broken syndrome. He had cancer. She threw him a party. He earned his first $1 million. She wanted to kill herself. He almost get killed by the mafia. His business went bad and she wanted to be his accountant. He earned a mountain of money and she wanted a divorce. It's the kind of red flag that let you question, why? Woman, why? Is also happening not only to Mr. White himself, but to a real person on the internet, John. People actually do this to their partner, and I'm impressed, okay? Don't do this. It's a bad pattern. Red flag number 3, relationship equity turned into a scoreboard. Support is beautiful until it becomes a weapon. I did this for you. I pay for that. I held you together when you were crying in the dark corner. But the minute those things come with an invisible emotional price tag, you're not in a relationship anymore. You're in debt, and the interest is your emotional obedience. My mother used to tell me, if you eat the rice given by the king, you gotta dance all day. Translation: if someone pays for your survival, you have the duty to entertain them. Emotionally, keep the house tidy, stay away when they are angry, step toes around the house when they are moody. I mean, the only way you could escape doing house chore is if you are as cute as a dog. And my bet is most of us can be cute as a pet when we are needed to be. But do you want to be someone's pet? Another point I want to make here. Sorry, I have too much to say when it comes to relationship. So I think because life is long and because we choose to stick around with this one particular person for a long time, we really cannot keep score. Life is long and there are up and down. The way you treat your partner when they are down should be the way you want to be treated when you are down later on. I'm not very good with words, so let the internet psychologists speak to you. There's so many comments from real psychologists that I can find. The most popular theory I found is the combo move of control disguised as caregiving, resentment that was never communicated properly, fear of losing emotional leverage the moment John become independent. Some people don't know how to exist in a relationship unless they are needed. And the second they're not needed, they feel rejected, even if the other person is just rowing. I supported you should never secretly mean now you owe me your future. That's not a relationship, that emotionally debt collection. And baby, the interest rates are toxic. So yeah, Jane supported him. That's real, that's admirable, but support with string and control, that's just control wearing a soft cardigan and fake empathy. So let's play a game. I love to play a game. What if John had turned down the job? What if he looked Jane in the eyes and say, you're right, I'll stay unemployed for love? What happened then? The best scenario is Jane will be happy for 2 months. Then the resentment will kick in again. She start wondering why he's not trying harder. One day her friend get a promotion. She in a bad mood. Her co-worker husband get a raise. And suddenly John will start to feel small again. She leave anyway, and just slowly and with a more bitterness way. So either way, job or no job, this relationship was holding on by a single emotional tax spread. And now, let's reverse it. What if the role would flip around? What if Jane got a job offer of 60K benefit and with weekend shift. And John say, if you take that job, I'm done with you. Oh my God, how would the internet react? John would be crucified by the brunch. He's insecure. He's threatened by her success. He's trying to control her life because she won't be dependent on him anymore. And honestly, they wouldn't be wrong assuming that John is a white straight male. He's evil at birth because ultimatum sound gross no matter who say them. It's not because he's the guy or she's the girl. It's both really bad cases because it's ultimatum. But for some reason, when women do it, we wrap it in a soft language as emotional need, and instead of calling it what it is, because we're women and we understand how other women feel and we want to protect their feeling. An attempt to gatekeep someone else's role because we are scared of being left behind. This story is not about man versus woman. It's about control versus connection. The second someone makes your success feel like a betrayal, you're not in love. You're not in love. You're an emotional hostage. Negotiation and the ransom is your future. I mean, yeah, you should negotiate with your partner and you should be able to negotiate without having ultimatum. The only question we should ask ourselves really is, can I afford it? Do I like it? Is it legal? Will anyone else be suffering physically or emotionally from my action? But again, getting a job and trying to contribute in the way that feels meaningful to yourself is a no-brainer. The story started with a simple job offer. One man, one opportunity, one sentence from the person he loved. If you take the job, I'm done. But what is really exposed was something way deeper. That some relationships are only safe as long as you are small. That some people don't love you. They love the version of you who need them. And the moment you stand up, they get scared that they will lose control, not the connection. I personally think John didn't do anything wrong. He got better, he got back up, and Jane couldn't handle that she was no longer the strongest person in the room, which I guess is a very nice feeling, but to be honest, I have always been the strongest person in any room that I work in, and I don't like that feeling. I want someone to come and make me be the child in the room, you know? Here's your takeaway. Anyone who gives you love with condition, with ultimatum, with term of service, that's not love, that's ownership, and you're not for sale. Let them leave. They will come back when they understand. You didn't lose the partner. Maybe you dodged a bullet, you know? You need to roll. That's it for today, Internet Gossip. If you ever had someone punish your role, let me know. I'll see you in the comment or in your therapist waiting room. Stay safe and stay free.